Hello, we are currently at the scene of my last major Minecraft video. This is the MSS Matthew, if you haven't seen it, the airship that I took to the world border through the overworld. That was really fun. I actually really enjoyed that. But now I have a much greater. The MSS Matthew didn't have a lot of difficulty. For example, I had to custom code 2 primary computers that ran the entire flight. The 165-hour flight, there were 2 computers running, keeping the craft flying. So you can see here's the continuous pressure control system, as I called it, which relieves pressure from these things. And then the much more advanced flight computer. This controlled the velocity of the craft in both ways, the vector and the magnitude. Basically, this controlled everything. It ran a PID loop that flew the craft to the world border. So you may have noticed by now that I have a bit of an obsession. If I go to my wallpaper, you may recognize this machine. The TARDIS from Doctor Who, right? Everyone knows this. Well, not everyone knows it. You'll be learning a lot about it, trust me. I'm sort of obsessed with it, and I thought there was a mod called TARDIS for Minecraft. You like to fly one. Okay, cool, big deal. What if I flew one from the origin to the world border? Well, I hear you say, if you know anything about it, it's a super machine. It could do that flight in 12 seconds flat. Well, not in Minecraft. It's very different in Minecraft. I'll show you all of it, but this has the potential to be much more difficult, ironically, than flying an airship, because it requires continuous input. It requires being continuously flied, which is something that this machine didn't need. I would sit down, activate the autopilot, and then go do something else. I don't know if flying TARDIS will be quicker. I don't know if it will be longer. I don't know, but I do know it will require significantly more active effort. I really don't know what to expect. There's no point delaying it, so let's just get started. Okay, here we are. Brand new world. Wow, what are the odds? Look at my coordinates. We must have spawned exactly at 00, the TARDIS. That is the most important thing. I need to actually get it in my hands. So, to get it, I have to find it underground beneath an ocean. We need a lot of Zyton. We need the amethyst. The most important thing, the hardest thing to get is the amethyst screwdriver, because it needs a blaze rod. With all those things, we need copper, redstone, lots of emerald too. We need to build a terraformer. We aren't really going to have a base for this series, I've decided. Here's my plan. We get the time ship, and then we progress through the game. We just keep going forward, and each time we land, we can find things, bring them with us, do things with them. Basically, the TARDIS is going to be our home, and we're just going to keep going forward. As we progress, we're going to keep going thousands of blocks in the direction we need to go. Okay, so we don't have the crate mod installed this time, if you can believe it. That's a bit unique for me. I might install mods as we go on. I might even install the create mod. I don't know, I like the create mod. There are different tiers and upgrades we could get for the TARDIS. I'm not sure. We're going to have to max out the speed one very quickly. I'm not sure how fast that'll let us go. I have a feeling this will be faster. The main one is in the MSS Matthew, the airship. The biggest issue was chunks couldn't load fast enough. And the way that the TARDIS flies is it doesn't, basically. It teleports, if you've ever watched the show. So we set the coordinates, and we fly there, but in the back, it's really just teleport. So it's not loading any of the chunks in between. So we shouldn't have to worry about chunk creation. Okay. Alright. Got my basic shit. We need to find an ocean. I want to set up a temporary little camp, and then I want to get some other quality of life mods, maybe some structure mods. I'm sort of figuring this out as I go, maybe, honestly. But I kind of want this to be more of an exploration-centered series. Each day, I get closer and closer to the final destination of the world border, but I also discover new things and go to new structures. So I want it to be something like that, where, you know, sort of, you know, that's what I've always found missing with these TARDIS mods, is that in this show, it's more about exploration, and you keep going and finding something different. And I feel like I could actually experience that. That's something I could actually experience with this challenge, where I'm constantly finding something new. So I want to install a bunch of structure mods, biome mods, and all that. We'll see what happens. We're gonna decide on all that, but I'm gonna start out by just finding this ocean, and then staying next to it, and then figuring everything out from there. So that's gonna be my temporary little camp for now, until I get the machine. I guess you could say the Titanic was a voyage of the damned. A voyage of the, I'm sorry. So the formation we're looking for that has the TARDIS plant inside of it, because they're grown. They're not, they're more biological than machine, is, well, I honestly, I'd say they're kind of equal parts of both. Listen, there's a lot of lore in this show, and I'll go over some of it, but not all of it. There's a lot. The show's been going on for what, like, I honestly close to 70 years at this point. There's a lot that I couldn't possibly hope to explain all of it. I'm expecting this series to take quite a long time, probably months, because I am going to be going a lot slower than the other one. I'm never explaining who Matthew is, okay? Just know he's a really fat man. Very fat. Think of Donald Trump, but fatter. I know that's difficult, but even bigger. Hello, I am President Donald Trump. Wow, that's a lot of flint. I'll take it. Why not? And a golden apple. Actually, you know what? No, I'm fire charge. You might have some iron for me. Give me your loot. Hell yeah. I think I'm going to make my own custom interior. There's lots of interiors you can make with this mod, but I think honestly, I'm just gonna carve out my own. I might be the first person to do this. I'm not sure if I'm the first to do this, to reach the world border and TARDIS to find. I could be. I might not be. This is sort of like an echo of my very first series on this channel. I don't think I've ever said anything about this, but the very first series on this channel, which I believe I've unprivated. If I haven't unprivated it, I will unprivate it after I record this video. The TARDIS Refined series. This was back when the TARDIS Refined mod was brand new. That's honestly hasn't changed that much since then, but yeah, it was brand new. More specifically, where do we want to build? Because we can give it some leeway from here. We probably want to build next to wood, because I don't want to do that much mining for wood. And probably near a cave entrance. This looks like a good spot. Is the Doctor's TARDIS a Mark II or 3? Because I've heard conflicting information. I know in the one episode with the, I forget what it's called, but you know, the ship, that's the people are tiny on the inside. It said Mark III when they were scanning the TARDIS. I remember hearing information about it being a Mark II from the old series. I know it's a refit. I know refit is a development. The way I describe it is time capsule Type 40 Mark III refit. That's the way I've worked on. To be more specific, it's a Gallifreyan time ship Type 40 Mark III retrofit. That's what I would say. See, because I'm right. Listen. There's so much retconning in this show. I think it genuinely could be both. Or it might have changed so much that the classification changed. I don't know, maybe he put a new transponder in it. Is there a transponder in it? I think not, because but how would they know where it is, right? Maybe there's a special Gallifreyan transponder, but then how? Maybe the scanning revealed. Or maybe it's a completely different system that we wouldn't understand. Okay, so I want to build a little tiny camp. I want it to be a camp. Not a huge thing. I want it to look like a camp. You know, I want to build a house, or I want to build a camp. Because this is temporary. I want it to be essentially this is temporary. Okay. Well, next is a storage area. Storage. Look at this. My ancestors 200,000 years ago would be so proud at how far I have come. Look at me. I'm engineering. This is engineering, okay? I'll figure it out. It'll be fun, okay? Thank you for watching this Talking Lock video. Goodbye.